Shoppers spend billions each year chasing the latest trends. Fast fashion is now a global industry worth well over $100 billion. But concern is growing that some of those bargains may carry something you didn't pay for: chemicals. Alexis Cruz looked into some of the dangers hiding behind a cheaper price tag.
One of these Chanel bags is worth £10,000 and one is worth $100,000.
They look like luxury, they cost a fraction of the price. And on social media, knockoff culture is having a moment.
This is the real bag, this is the fake bag. The real handle, the fake handle. The real hardware, the fake hardware.
But what many didn't bargain for? Some investigations and government testing have raised concerns that some low-cost and counterfeit products may contain hazardous chemicals, including lead, which can damage the brain and nervous system, calcium, a toxic metal linked to kidney damage, and the forever chemicals that can build up in the body over time. And it's not just handbags. Fast fashion has come under scrutiny, too. Some products have been flagged for elevated levels of chemicals used to make clothing wrinkle-resistant, water-repellent, or cheaper to produce. Counterfeit goods don't just skip the brand name. They can skip the product testing, safety oversight, and quality controls. Experts say a few red flags to watch out for: strong chemical odors, no clear labeling, no manufacturer information, or prices that seem way too good to be true. So before you click buy now, ask who made it, where was it tested, and why is it so cheap? Because the real price of a bargain may not show up on your credit card bill.
And counterfeit goods don't stop at handbags. Consumer watchdogs also raise concern about fake cosmetics, electronics, even children's products where there may be little or no safety oversight.